Okay, fine. So, children, in our previous class, we went with the reading session where you all came across the other side of the scientists. Okay. Generally, what happens whenever you get to hear, or whenever you hear this name scientist, one thing that comes to your mind is that, oh, they are very serious type of person, they don't talk to anyone, they are not very humorous, they are very serious kind of people. So these are the thoughts which come to your mind when you hear this word scientist. But scientists are also human beings now. They are also like me and you. They also laugh, they also enjoy themselves. It is their profession that they are into the research process. Okay, they are looking for new things around. But this doesn't mean that they are not human beings. They also like to be humorous, they also like to talk to others, they also like to have funny times. Yes or no? Okay, fine. So in this chapter, we are going to talk about the few scientists. Okay, few scientists have been talked here, and we will see how they also enjoy, they are also very humorous, and they are also very quick-witted and all through this chapter. Okay, so let's start. Today I will read. Back week you all did the reading work. Okay, so please take your pencil and go through the text nicely. Okay, and do underline the words which I ask you to. Am I clear? Scientists are men of learning. What is the meaning of men of learning? Underline this word, men of learning. Underline this word, men of learning. What is the meaning of men of learning? The word, this phrase, this word means, the phrase this means the people, those who are very learned, who are quite knowledgeable. They are master in, they possess a mastery in their profession, in their subject. Okay. And are looked upon as people who are always preoccupied. Preoccupied means always busy with their own researches and experiments and have no time for other people. So we always take up as that the scientists, they are very busy person, they are very busy people, they are always preoccupied, always busy in their experiments and researches. So they do not possess any good time for others. But this is wrong. They are thought to be highly serious and having practically no sense of humor. I just told you that whenever we hear this word scientist, only one thing that flashes in front of us is that these people are humorless. They don't know how to laugh. They don't know how to play. This is the general impression. Okay, impression, general thought about these kind of people, scientists, that we have about these learned men. And this is a very mundane, mundane, mundane. Mundane means very local, very general, casual attitude we have toward these scientists. And we create all false notions, false thoughts for these scientists, that they are humorless, they don't have time for people, they are always busy in their experiments, researches. So they are just very boring kind of people. All these are very false thoughts that we have created for them. Okay. But the following anecdotes will reveal a different aspect of their character. Anecdote means small incidents from their life. Okay. Anecdote means small incidences from their lives. Okay, children, in this first paragraph, underline words: preoccupied, researches, experiments, thought, humor, practically, general, impression, anecdote, aspect. Okay. Now, first scientist that we are going to talk about is, you said, okay, or no, okay, sorry, we'll be talking about Darwin first. Okay, so who this Darwin was? His name was, his full name was Charles Darwin. Okay, he was also a scientist, a naturalist. Okay, he experimented with nature, whatever is happening around us. Okay, I will tell you a very small story, children. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me, everyone. Charles Darwin came up with the theory of human existence. Okay, initially what was happening? During the Christian era, during the time of Christ, so everything was taken up as that God is giving existence to everyone. God is giving birth to human beings. God is giving birth to animals. Everything was related to God. Okay. But in reality, what was the truth? That animals give birth to animals, human beings give birth to human beings. Okay. So this is the nature. This is the nature which, or the natural surrounding which is giving birth and existence to each other. Okay. So Darwin was a naturalist and he came up with the theory that God is not responsible for each and everything. God has not given birth to every human being. Okay. It is human beings that who give birth to human beings. Okay. So Charles Darwin was a naturalist and he was a 19th century scientist. Okay. He was a 19th century scientist. He was a naturalist. Who's a naturalist, children? Who works or researches on nature or natural ambience. And let's see the story about him. What incident is being talked here? When Charles Darwin, the 19th century naturalist, was visiting the country house of a friend, two boys of the family decided to play a joke on him. Okay, they glued together various parts of butterfly, a centipede, a beetle, and a grasshopper, and made a strange looking insect. So once what happened, when Charles Darwin, he went to a friend's home. So there, his friend's kids, they tried to play a prank, a joke on Darwin. So what did? They took parts of butterfly, they took parts of centipede, they took parts of beetle, they took parts of the grasshopper. And what did? They just glued them, they stick them. Okay. And like something, a different kind of insect, a very rare and surprising kind of insect they prepared. They took it to Darwin and said, "We caught this bug in a field. Can you tell us what kind of bug is it, sir?" So they said that, "Sir, we have caught this bug from the field. Can you tell us what type of bug it is? Darwin looked at it and asked, did you notice whether it hummed when they caught it, when you caught it, boys? So Darwin asked back, that did you heard any humming noise, a humming sound while you while you caught this bug? Yes, they promptly replied. They replied, yes, yes, we heard that bugging sound. Then said Darwin, it is a humbug. So Darwin gave the new name to that strange insect which they created, a humbug. Okay. Why? Because he asked that, did he made some humming noise? The boy said, yes, it made. So, okay, the surprising and unique insect will be named as humbug. So you can see that how Darwin, despite being a scientist, he possessed a humorous side also. Okay, let's take up the next one. Okay, and this will talk about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein. Okay. So children, Albert Einstein was also a very famous scientist. Okay. And whenever you see his picture, you will see a person, a very old kind of person who is having white hairs all over his head. His hair are standing erected. He is having a very thick mustache. Okay. He's a very strange looking person. Children, you will do one thing. You will look for, as I have already told you, that you have to take pictures of all the scientists that is being talked in this text. You have to collect information, what experiments they did, okay, their famous experiments, any of their life stories, okay. So let's talk about Albert Einstein. Once a little schoolgirl was having some difficulty with her homework in arithmetic. On hearing that a very famous mathematician, who was also a very helpful man, stayed close by, she went to him for help. When the old man had explained everything patiently, the little girl went back home and told her mother that she had found it easier to understand him. Then, when her teacher had explained it in school, the old mathematician was none other than the famous scientist Albert Einstein. Okay, so what happens? Once a small girl, she was having some difficulty in her homework in arithmetic. So she went to a man who lives nearby to her, and she knew that he knew maths. So she asked him to help her with her homework. And Albert Einstein explained her the concept so easy, in such an easy way, that the girl, when she returned home, she told her mother that it was a very nice experience in understanding the concept. When the little girl's mother heard of this, she went to him to apologize for the inconvenience caused. But Einstein replied, you don't have to apologize. I have certainly learned more from the conversation with the child than she did from me. Now, mother came to this man and said that I'm very sorry that my child came to you and she just caused inconvenience, disturbance. Einstein said that no, don't apologize. She didn't cause any inconvenience to me. But while talking to her, I learned a lot. So you can see, children, that these scientists, they are always ready to learn something. Okay? And same thing happens with everyone. One should always be eager to learn things from others. Okay, fine. So The next scientist which we are going to take is Fleming's. Fleming's. Okay. He was also a very famous scientist, children. I can see you are aware, few children, they are not interested in studying. I can see them. Fleming's thoughts at breakfast. Sir Alexander Fleming, his full name was Sir Alexander Fleming. Okay. And he discovered penicillin. Okay. So what happened? Sir Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin, was once forced into an interview in New York by two journalists just as he was about to have breakfast. So, two journalists forced him to have come for an interview while he was having his breakfast. One of them asked him, "Sir, what are you thinking about right now? We wish to know what a great scientist thinks while getting ready for breakfast." So that journalist asked him that, "Sir, will you please tell me, what are you thinking at this moment?" Okay, because he wanted to know that what a great scientists do think on their breakfast table. Because scientists, they are always a matter of curiosity. Everyone is eager to know what is going in his or her mind. Yes or no? I am also interested in knowing what is going on in Bhavya's mind. I also want to know what Bhavya is thinking. I also want to know what Tanmay and Ishan is thinking about. What Lakshay is thinking right now. It is very interesting to know. So that's why this journalist, he went to Fleming and forced him that come for an interview, and he asked him that now you are going to tell me what you are thinking all about. Okay. So Fleming mused. What is the meaning of mused? Means thought. A while on the question, and he replied, "I'm thinking of something very special." The journalists, who were all ears and drew themselves forward, and what Fleming responded, I'm thinking whether to have one egg or two." So you can see that such a humorous response he gave when he said, because he was just all the journalists, they were thinking that, my God, some great thing this scientist might be saying right now, what he's thinking. We'll have a huge bite. We'll have a very interesting news. But what the response was? It was very humorous response. He said that I'm thinking whether I'll have one egg or two eggs for the breakfast. Okay. So you can see that the scientists too have a very humorous side of them. They are not serious always. They all also laugh, talk to each other.